Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Strong Draws. My name is Brett Strong, and today we're doing the inks on the Predator. Again, like I said in the last video, excuse me, this is a older video, so I'm going to try and walk you through it as best I can. Things have changed, and again, I haven't watched this in a while, so I'm kind of looking at this with brand new eyes right along with you guys. So, as I mentioned in the last video, it's kind of a different workflow that I'm working with nowadays compared to what I'm doing here. This is kind of how I used to do stuff, where I'd go in with, I don't know if I'm using the Maru brush here, or if I switched over to the G-Pen yet, but just doing it all with just that one tool, which I've switched up to using just the magic marker tool to do this part of it, because I kind of like it gives me more of a micron pen look, which I kind of dig, and then I go back and add line weights later, just because I'm trying to keep my digital process, like I said in the last video, trying to keep my digital process as close to the traditional process as close as possible, just because that's what I'm comfortable doing. I get the coolest, what I think is the best results by doing it that way. So yeah, just kind of working out stuff. And another reason is since this is a pressure sensitive brush, I find keeping my light source and line weights a little harder to keep consistent with the light source as I'm working, as if I were to just go in with you know, um, a magic marker tool and then add the line weights later, where I'm only focusing on one thing at a time, which is again kind of how I do it when I do traditional work. So yeah, just kind of working in, just kind of inking it here. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Again, I don't usually do this tight of pencils anymore, with exception of very certain areas. Again, faces, his gun here, and his gauntlet on his right arm are things I probably still would do very detailed in uh, the pencil phase, just because it makes the inking process go a little quicker, and it's still something I'm kind of figuring out and playing around with. And I'm really also part of that process doing it that way. You leave some areas open. Sometimes I'll do it deliberately on things I'm don't know if I'm all that strong at. But what it does is is pointing out my weak points and things that I need to work on to get better. So it's kind of a dual purpose as to why I switched over to the method I use now. So, um, not really much to talk about. That's a technique there that you just saw me do with the wires. Is you take a thick brush, just a dead brush, kind of like a magic marker tool that I've been talking about. You make it real big. You draw your line. You select it and you shrink the selection and fill it with white. It's a really quick, easy method to make wires or mechanical things. The project I'm working on right now, which is a Power Rangers fan comic, which hopefully will be done by the end of next week. I'm really kind of pushing to have it done by the 18th, which is my birthday, incidentally. But have it done and put up online by the end of next week. But I keep using that a lot on Lord Zed, because not only on his staff, him and Rita's staffs, but also with Lord Zed has those tubes that run through him all the way, from his toes all the way up through his arms, his chest, around his back, that carries his blood. I guess I don't know. It's purple. I guess I don't know what that is, and they never really explained it. I don't even think they've really touched on it after the first episode that he showed up in. Maybe a little bit right before the wedding episode, where he goes into some kind of hibernation stasis for whatever reason. Uh, Again, not something they really touched. They needed him out so Rita could give him a love potion. But either way, um, yes, I've been using that for his staff in these tubes. It makes it real simple, real quick, and you can just do these real crazy sweeps and lines and just not worry about having to double over on yourself, or it's just again a real quick way. You just make the cool lines, you shrink it down, you fill it with white, and you're pretty much done. You have to go back and erase a little bit, but it's a lot quicker than trying to do that where you make the one line and then trace or make another line that makes it look like it's straight and even. It's just a really cool tool, or um, just a really cool tool to use to make this, to make tubes and wires or staffs or whatever, hilts for swords. I use it in a variety of different ways. So as I'm sure you all know, San Diego Comic Con's happening this week. This weekend. Time I post this, it'll be Sunday, so they'll be on their last day. And I'm sure if you're there, I'm extremely jealous. Um, Unfortunately, I have not been to a San Diego Comic Con. I hope to get there in the next few years, and hopefully. But as per usual, they got all kinds of cool stuff coming out from there. And the one thing I saw that really got me excited was the new Batman Superman trailer, which I think it, I cannot wait for it. It made me giddy to see this trailer. If you haven't seen it, go look it up. And if you're a comic book fan and you haven't seen it, I mean, what are you doing? Seriously, that thing is. I mean, I was hoping to see one sometime next week. I was not expecting it to come out the same weekend, but my God, it looks amazing. I think if anybody watches this trailer and still doesn't think this is going to be a great film, I don't know what you expect from a comic book movie anymore. I mean, it's just there's a great shot. Again, there might be some spoilers in here. If you want to see it before I talk about it, go see it now. Pause this, come back. But there's a great shot that literally made my jaw drop. Is Superman's flying in, and you don't know where he's coming from, but he just stops midair, spreads his arms, does his heat vision, and it cuts to Batman hanging off of a wall, turn, shoot his grapple, and fly out of the way before the lasers hit. I mean, oh my, it's such a Batman moment, which is my favorite character, incidentally. Just, it was the coolest Batman moment ever caught on film. It's seriously, and I know it's a CG Batman, so technically not on film, but it's just, honestly, so perfect. I mean, up until now, the only thing we really got something of that nature was Batman Begins, when the very first time he shows up, where he's in the cargo bay or the shipping yard, and he grabs that guy out of nowhere. You don't even see him. This guy just gets ripped out of nowhere into darkness, and then he fights the bad guys, hangs upside down. That whole sequence was very Batman, but nothing was as cool as seeing Batfleck turn, shoot the grapple, and swing away. It's seriously, I'm so excited about this. I watched it 3, 4 times in a row. I was pausing it. I was analyzing it. You get to see Wonder Woman for the first time, hence at Aquaman. You get to see Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor wearing the god awful wig. It's just, I mean, again, seriously, so excited, can't wait. So let me know in the comments if you guys have seen it and what you thought about it. Maybe you agree, maybe you don't. I've seen a lot of people that I made the mistake of reading the comments and the talkbacks, and it's the people that are still. I mean, it's kind of funny. Everybody, I don't know what it is about this film, but everybody just wants to hate it before it's even out. And I mean, they've been bitching for about 2 years. I'm sorry, I'm gonna go on a little rant here. I remember 2 years ago. Was it 2 years ago? I was actually in a hotel visiting a buddy of mine, and I got like 3 or 4 phone calls before 8 a.m. Like, did you hear Ben Affleck's Batman? I'm like, and it woke me up. I was still sleeping, and I'm like, what do you mean Ben Affleck's Batman? And they're like, well, they cast it. They're doing Batman, Superman, Ben Affleck's Batman. Isn't that retarded? Or whatever, you know. But I guess I did. There was a lot of hate, and I'm sure you all know about this. There's petitions. I was like, why is? I think he's going to do a great job. I think I still to this day, and now that the trailers are coming out, and we're actually seeing Batman and Ben Affleck in the costume. People seem to be turning their opinions around. But I was with that man from the beginning, and I never got quite the hate. But the kind of the reason my point is of what I'm kind of ranting about is everybody just it just seems to be one bitch after another, and it's just I don't get it. I really don't. First it was Ben Affleck can't be Batman, and then Gal Gadot. I don't know how to say her name. She can't be Wonder Woman. She's not tall enough. She's not broad enough. She's not an Amazon. Blah blah blah. And now they see the trailer, and I saw people say, she looks like Wonder Woman, and now I'm reading Jesse Eisenberg can't be Lex Luthor. Why? I guess I just don't understand. It just seems like people want to peg this or hate this before it even comes out. And I don't understand why, but it looks, I don't know. Again, to me, it looks amazing. Cannot wait to see it. I told myself I wasn't going to watch anything else after the first teaser, because I was excited after the teaser. I was excited when I first heard about it. Again, with Ben Affleck, I was all for. I think he's a great actor who's going to do a great job, and he's a Batman fan. And that's the thing that really, I don't think anybody really took into account. For the first time, we have a Batman fan playing Batman. And you think, and that was the thing that really kind of, I don't know, you really think he was going to screw it up? I mean, Michael Keaton did a great job, knows nothing about Batman. Christian Bale did a great job, knows nothing about Batman. Other than what, is in the general, pop culture that everybody does know about Batman. But this is the first guy that's an actual fan, read the comics, knows the character that's playing Batman. He's not going to suck. He's not going to screw it up. And so, again, if you guys can explain it to me, again, leave your opinions in the comment. Let me know what you think about the trailer. And also, if you have an explanation for me why there's so many haters out there, as to why everybody wants to crap on this movie before it comes out. I don't know. But anyway, kind of getting wrapped up here towards the end of the video. I've been just kind of working on the metal of his armor right now. Something I've been doing a lot of lately. For some reason, it seems like every week I'm drawing more and more armor and metal, which is cool. I'm finally kind of figuring out how to do it and make these metal textures look kind of cool, I think. So again, if you want to leave comments, have any questions, these videos do go pretty quick. If there's anything that you have specifically that you're seeing, that you're not quite understanding what I'm doing or why I'm doing, please leave it in the comments. If there's any characters you'd like to see me draw, please leave it in the comments. So you can follow me on Facebook and Twitter or DeviantArt. You can see the full res version on any one of those sites. Also, like I was mentioning in the last video, if you hadn't seen it, this is a redraw of a character of a design of Predator I did 10 or 11 years ago. So that link to the original drawing will be in the description below if you want to go check that one out and then see the full res version of this. That one is in color. I don't think I'll ever actually get around to coloring this one. So if there's any colorists out there that want to take a crack at it, you can go download the high version or the high res version. And I'd love to see it if you guys feel like doing some colors on it. It'd be awesome. Again, I got that Power Rangers thing I'm working on. I did mention that I've been talking about for a while. I'm actually just taking a break from it to record this audio. But I will have that finished hopefully by the end of next week. If not, the following week it will definitely be done. So yeah, if you want to follow me there will be some prizes given away there. As far as the artwork goes, I'm going to be giving away some artwork sooner or later from that. So again, check me out over there. I am also I did pick up a one issue. Right now, it's one issue of a freelance assignment called Jarhead. Updates will be on my Facebook and Twitter as well. I'm gonna start that as soon as I get done with the Power Rangers fan comic. And then I am also still developing and working on the script for my original graphic novel. I am going to be giving you guys a sneak peek of the main character, whose name is Elizabeth, on my Facebook page as well. Probably in the next month or so. So if you're interested in that, just let me know. Like I said, if there's any questions, feel free. I will answer questions as best I can if you leave them in the comments below. And a quick rundown of my gear. I am working on a Wacom Cintiq 12WX. I'm using Manga Studio 4EX, I believe is the version I'm using here. Because I have debut and EX, and again, older video. I'm not sure which one, but both great versions. And I run Mac, if that makes any difference to you guys or not. So yeah, we're getting to the end of the video. As usual, there will be the quick pop-up there towards the end. Kind of a zoom in of the final drawing. So I want to say thank you guys for hanging out with me and checking out my video. Again, make sure if you're interested in if you like my work or interested in any of the projects I've been talking about, do go check me out on Facebook and Twitter and over at Deviant as well. All the links will be in the description below. There will be another video next week. I believe I'll be doing Batman. So take care.